It doesn't do anything. You have to change yourself, and we'll never do that because the dollars now, everybody wants $1 and a toy. Everybody's got a cell phone that'll make pancakes and rub their balls, so nobody wants to rock the boat. Nobody wants to change. Don't change anything. And we're in a nice downward glide. I call it circling the drain. That's what I'm going to call my next book, Circling the Drain. And the circles get smaller and smaller, faster and faster. If you watch it drain, if you watch it sink in, and we'll be gone. And that's fine. I welcome it. I wish I could live 1,000 years to watch it happen from a distance, so I can see it all.
Does it depress you?
No, it lifts me up. It lifts me up because I gave up on this stuff. I gave up on my species, and I gave up on my fellow Americans. I gave up on my countrymen because I think we squandered the great gifts. I think humans were given great, great gifts. Walking upright, binocular vision, opposable thumb, large brain, making tools. Make tools, large brain, make better tools. Talk, have to link language. You take this, put in here. We learned language, the brain got bigger, language. We grew. We had great gifts, and we gave it all up for both man, for both money and God. God and mammon, both. We gave it up to the high priest.
Okay, so I'm making this video because of some really important things, and I agree with George Carlin. We gave up our power and we gave up our gifts, and so many things are happening at this moment that I am compelled to do my best to wake people up and keep myself awake. So I suggest everybody go and watch some of these George Carlin videos, these ones over here. These are really great, and have some other things to show you. And the reason that I'm doing this is because for the past 10 years I've really noticed things that are happening, and it even started before 911, but it's just been kind of this constant thing. And now with the State of the Union address and Obama, something I noticed in there was he mentioned Master Lock, the company Master Lock. Master Lock is operating at full capacity. And I just thought that was kind of interesting, you know? Master Lock. Is that a code word? I think maybe it is. Now the U.S. has more prisons and prisoners than any other country in the world, supposedly. And this is quite scary. But some other things I want to show you are this is really interesting. Remote neural monitoring. Okay, this is about control. So this is controlling us, and how whoever they are may be doing this. And you may have to go back and look at some of these things. For example, there are lots of articles. It takes time to look at all of these, but this one I found pretty interesting because it's 3 years old. And I'm just going to go through these quickly. You can go back and look at them yourself, but this technology has been around for let's see, he says it's been around since the 90s or I don't know how long. But a lot of this has to do with electromagnetic frequencies, and it's all there. It's all there, and it's been there for a long, long time. So I'm hoping that people get off their sedation and at least meet the end of your life and you're moving on to the next plane fully aware. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So about the animals dying, in case you don't know, the Navy is in the middle of testing and killing animals in the Pacific Ocean and other places, I think, and they are allowed to kill, oh, here it is, right here, 11.7 million marine animals. So when they're dying and beaching on the coast, this should be no surprise, because they have been given permission to do this, and they're using sonar and things like that. Okay, so don't be surprised about these things. We got to face it. All right, so you can go back and type that in and look for it. Then we have transhumanism. Transhumanism is worth looking into, because that is happening right now, and Hong Kong just had its very first transhumanist conference in December. So there's lots of videos like what is transhumanism, lots of videos you can watch. This word derealization is interesting, because a lot of people who are taking antidepressants and antipsychotic drugs, this is a result of those drugs. You disconnect to reality, and you're giving away your power, basically. Okay, this is about YouTube changing, we know that. Here's the Transhumanist Conference. Very important to look up transhumanism, because Google is involved, NASA is involved, all these big companies are involved in transhumanism, and it may not include you, because this costs money. This will be for rich people. And in order to change and go to be, part cyborg, robot, you won't be part of it. You got to watch George Carlin. Okay, the reason I have this guy up here is because, and another reason why I'm making this video is because my mother, who is in her 80s, suddenly had suffered from some anxiety, and the doctor prescribed diazepam or Ativan or something, and I looked it up, and it just said descent into hell. It's more addictive than heroin. Why are doctors prescribing to an 80-year-old person a drug like that? And now they've just installed a smart meter outside her bedroom, right next to her head where she sleeps. She'll be having that. And one more thing is, this is the first time in her life, she's 86 or 87 or something, her garden has not grown. So I hope you guys get off these drugs, and we've got to, we can't live at this level anymore. We have to wake up. Okay, so stay off those drugs if you can. Okay, this is really interesting. RFID chips kill you if you disobey. This isn't true, but you got to watch the video, because it was a patent that was applied for. And this is 2010, and pretty crazy. Vaccines with nanochips. Okay, vaccines with nanochips are, this was back in 2009, and if you love Ron Paul, look, he reports on it back in September 2009. Then, owning the weather. This is a paper that I read in 2001, And, you know, chemtrails, weather modification, this is all for the military. So those strange sounds that we're hearing and all the UFOs that you see and want to see and want extraterrestrials to come and save you, I don't think they are. I think this is, you know, the military. They're like 80, 90, 100 years, 150 years ahead of us. This read right here by Adrian Salbucci is a must read because he's an amazing guy who's from Argentina, and he went through the crash of the money in Argentina when the banks were closed and people lined up, they couldn't get their money out, and it was a horrible situation. He went through that, and he's an expert in politics, world politics, or he's a commentator. But he wrote this really good article. This is from last month in New Dawn, and it's this you absolutely have to read. He doesn't know what's going on either. Nobody knows who is really controlling anything, but you got to take your power back, everybody. Take your power back. And thank you very much for watching this. I know it's a little mixed up and everything, but it's important because I'm sure you all have loved ones who may be going through the same thing. I mean, this is, we have to take care of each other. And I suggest that you get with a group of friends, like 5 people, and have some kind of knowledge party or something, and look up something and find out together, because I have to, by myself, I have to read these articles more than once usually to kind of grasp it, and because it really is overwhelming. But the most important thing is to retreat inside yourself and know that you're a being of light and power, and you are connected to the infinite divine creator. Nothing can hurt you. I'm not afraid. And George Carlin is right. So watch some comedy when you start feeling, you know, kind of weird about this stuff. And George Carlin hits the nail on the head. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourselves. Bye for now.